The loans that we're making in the fix and flip world, a lot of those are kept on our own personal portfolios. So there's two different things happening, and it definitely changes the dynamic in terms of our return.
So what is the secret sauce? So you just said the power is in the leverage, right? The money's in the leverage. So unpack that for us.
So especially with interest rates so low, we're in a very unique time. I've never seen so much liquidity in a market. I know everybody tells us we're at the top. I've thought about that myself many times, but I've also, from experience, never seen this kind of liquidity available at a market top. Usually we're leveraged out as a group and we don't have the gunpowder anymore. Here, that's very different. So you have a lot of large institutions, Goldman Sachs of the world, that type size, and larger hedge funds that are desperately seeking yield. And in that, they'll put out money at rates that allow people like myself to make a spread on that money. So that leverage factor gives us the opportunity to bring money to the market at very fair pricing and still make money. That didn't exist when we were all lending our own dough, and it was very different. The markets are so significantly large nowadays, in the billions, and maybe even a trillion, I'm not sure, but certainly in the billions, even in the private space. I'm not talking about anything to do with primary residence ownership. This is all non-owner occupied, all investor driven. The properties that we lend against, for the vast majority, are already cash flowing, and thus we feel have the ability, not perfect, but the ability to help weather storms as they come up. That's very important for us. A lot of the loans are being securitized away into the third market or sold off to insurance companies and not kept on our own personal portfolios. The loans that we're making in the fix and flip world, a lot of those are kept on our own personal portfolios. So there's two different things happening, and it definitely changes the dynamic in terms of our returns.
Yeah, I want to pause you there for a second just so I I understand. So basically what you're saying is because they've printed so much money in the past few years, that the liquidity is so abundant that they're willing to just loan at such cheap rate that you can basically just borrow it, and then now you've got your own list of people that are borrowing for it, and you just basically pocket the delta and put the difference in your pocket. Is that essentially what you're saying?
At a very simplistic layman's terms, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's not quite as simple
I'm
as
not
that.
a genius. I'm sorry.
No, I don't mean it that way, but it's not quite as simple as that. But on the broad stroke, what you just described, yes, that is correct.